Alright, for this one here, we're going to be doing Team Jaguar. So let's take a look at the fit. So standard fit here in terms of rigs. So same as always. We've got the Veles light Entropic Disintegrator still. We're going with 2 webs, both Federation Navy to give us range control. And the typical Afterburners on there, our usual armor reppers there as well. And I've customized this fit a little bit. This used to be a risky mission for me to run. We each kind of burn down at the same rate, and usually I come out ahead, but very dangerous. So I've switched it here. I've put on an explosive hardener and a kinetic hardener with a capacitor power relay. So we are stable, and the idea of this fit is just to be safe. We're still able to spool up and do enough damage. We'll just have to use a little bit of heat to kick it over the edge. It's not necessary to use the heat, but it does take a little bit longer if we don't. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we're just going to warp into the mission here. We can just start running our modules now. We are cap stable, so there's no risk of that. So Jaguar is going to be here in the middle, and these bursts are actually just going to orbit him and rep him. So the first thing we want to do is lock him up, and we want to orbit him. That's at 6.5. So we want that to be the case. For range control, we are going to need our prop mod on, and as soon as we get within 14, we're going to want to web him just so that we start setting up this 6.5 kilometer range as soon as possible. If you fall a little bit closer into him, he'll do quite a bit more damage. So as we sort of establish the orbit, you're going to see that the damage is going to stabilize. We're going to be able to tank this sort of indefinitely. So here I'm taking a bit more time. There's no real time constraint here. He can't really do too much to us, so I'm going to start shooting. Something you might see that would be concerning is anybody who has turrets. When they shoot you, there's a chance for them to get a wrecking shot. You'll see it show up here. It'll say wrecking. There'll be a large number to it. That's because wrecking shots are kind of a special math. 1% of all shots from a turret is a wrecking shot, so you can do wrecking shots as well. And basically they apply 300% damage, and they don't care about tracking or range or any of that stuff. If they're able to shoot at you and they shoot at you, 1% chance they'll hit you with a wrecking shot. So not a big deal if we do. We're able to rep more than what we take, so if 1% of the time we take a wrecking shot, you'll see the armor go way down to here maybe if I hit a wrecking shot, but then it'll slowly work itself back up. So no real concerns there. We're going to ramp up our damage for a while. So you'll see that, did I take a wrecking shot there? Just looking because my health is a bit low, but it'll come back up. The damage has to ramp all the way up for this one to work. So that's 60 shots. So counting down from the 500 I'm starting at, you're looking at 440. So when this number says 440, I'm at max spool. That means each shot is doing the maximum amount of damage that this turret can do. Until then, I'm not going to overheat my guns. There's no point, because I don't have enough damage to break his tank. You'll notice sort of in his health that he is starting to break a little bit, but he is getting significant reps. So like I said, you could do this mission without overheating your guns, and I could potentially show that off just to... I know not everybody likes to put heat on their stuff, so we can take a look at that for sure. I have finished this mission without doing it. It just takes more shots, and that's fine. This mission is escapable in two ways. You have 14-kilometer range webs, and he scrambles you at 12. So if you set an orbit of 13 and you orbit him, you'll have an orbit where you're not webbed. Sorry, that you're not scrambled. You'll still be webbed. And then if you can kind of warp off at something that you're pointed at, you can escape that way. Just be careful that if, for example, if you try to warp away and it winds up not working out, if you get too far away from him, your webs will come off. And if your webs come off, then he's going to get range on you and he's going to beat you up. So if you do try that and fail, make sure you web him again and make sure you orbit him again and get that 13 going again and then try it again. So my capacitor's complaining here that's a bit low, but it's actually not. It's still stable, so we're fine. Yeah, as you can see, it's taking a little bit longer to kill him. He should flash over soon, but I've been doing max damage for a while, so I could actually overheat my guns to take him out, but we'll see if we can get him this way anyway. The other way you can escape is he is very, very drone hungry. As soon as you launch drones, he will attack them, and he will probably kill them all before he even comes after you. So launch your drones, point somewhere, warp off, just abandon them, and fix whatever you had fitted wrong, and come back and you'll be safe. I always recommend to bring a flight of drones in these missions because it's one of the only ways to get out if you have a serious fitting issue. So here I didn't overheat, but it did take almost, that looked to be about 100 shots, so it does take a while. If you overheat your guns, he'll be dead within 10 shots. You probably won't even take any heat damage. So that's an option as well. I didn't see any good loot in there. Sometimes there is, but this time there's not. So yeah, that's it.